What is up, everybody? It is I, Rage Cage 20, here today. We have Nightwish, back with Nightwish, the Human Nature album. We have Pan today. Now, the last one I mentioned that someone from the band was quoted saying something about being about kind of human like creativity and imagination and stuff like that. An annotation here. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but it's got 8 thumbs up, so maybe, you never know. That's quite a bit for genius, I ain't gonna lie. In ancient Greek religion and mythology, Pan is the god of the wild shepherds and flocks, nature of mountains, mountain wilds, rustic music, and impromptus. Interesting. But it says much of the song seems to make references to artists, writers, and playwrights that have left their print in our world. Sounds cool. Sounds fun. I like art and things related to art. So, in music form, that sounds really exciting. I'm sure this is going to be very long because it's Nightwish. I'm sure there's going to be lots of little gems in here. Of course, we have the official lyric video as we're going to be continuing throughout the rest of the album with, unless they have the music video, which I don't think they do. So, I'm excited for this. Let's not waste any more time. Let's bring it on down here. Pan, or Pan, how it's pronounced, I don't know. Let's see what it's got. Ooh, hold on, I'm on the wrong one. Make sure we go all the way back to the beginning. I don't even want to miss a millisecond. All right, let's, just like Ginger, we gotta get our focus goggles on. Get in here, okay. Ears, don't fail me now. Sorry, some weird happened in the middle there. I don't know what that's gonna affect around here. Or like recording wise, I don't know what that'll affect. But yeah, I don't know. My computer's been a little weird to date in general. So I think it might be close to. Interesting. I think it might be close to time I need to get this bad boy a reset. Good old factory reset, refresh everything. But I'll deal with that when we get there. I was very confused there for a second. Because saw that Flora Jansen only has 363,000 subscribers. I would with the way that people prostrate themselves before her as if she is an inhuman goddess. I figured that'd be like 100 million or something like that, but hey, it is what it is. It's just a cult following. Very interesting. Nightwish isn't like it's well known, but it's not like super well known because it's got like 1.5 mil subscribers, which is really good for quite a few like non-pop star artists, streamline artists. That's actually quite a bit. That's why Nightwish is on many reaction channels and stuff like that. They are still very decently known, especially for the genre they're in. But yeah, I expect at least 1 million for Floor. That's a little crazy to me. But you know what? Interesting. And it looks like she also changed her picture recently, which is kind of cool. Yeah, very interesting things in there. There was there's some very cool rhythms I picked up there. There was some nice offbeat hits in certain sections in there, as well as something weird happened vocally, like weird good happened vocally in there at certain section. It repeated at least once, I believe. And I definitely want to check it out. There was some kind of like either chromatic run or like it was just either a dissonant run in the key signature itself, or the key signature was changing, so it was just like a standard kind of run in there, but the keys and the chords and everything were changing so frequently that it created this like moving in and out of dissonance and consonant sounds. Is interesting. It was a very fascinating section that I'm excited to get back to because that was pretty fucking cool. I like some of the heavier metal riffs in here. There was a nice flavor wash when they came in and out. This is also at least the second one, and it was second in a row at least, that I got a huge Disney feel in general. Like, kind of brought me back to the older Disney days. And again, Peter Pan came to mind, but that could just because the name Pan's in there. But something that made me feel like I would hear it in one of those more old school, like 50s to like 70s, maybe early 90s Disney movies or something like that. Fascinating. I also, of course, did hear. I think this is just a rhythm that Tomas likes to write every now and then, or just kind of notes / rhythm and stuff that really gives me Pirates of the Caribbean feel. I got a little taste of that in there as well. Yeah, just some interesting harmonies, sounds, dissonance, rhythms, just a lot of very interesting, playful stuff. But hey, maybe there's even some more stuff in there that I didn't catch my first time through. It happens. So I'm interested to check that out. But I do like the shift that happened in there. Like when we started getting to that, I mean, it happened. It's the second stanza. Well, not stanza. The second paragraph, second set of the first verse. So it happens pretty soon. But like we start switching to that dissonance the second that Flora starts saying the lines, then something wicked their way came, and it starts to get all like dark and dissonant and like creepy and stuff. And it's just like it's really good writing there to match the writing up with the instruments and the sounds in the field up to the vocals. Very cool. Yeah, that's very cool. I want to check some of these out. There's quite a few annotations here, so let's just do as quick as we can look through here. So first one we have here: winds will be named, words will shelter. Allusion to the name of the wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Interesting, don't know what that is. Something wicked this way came. This way comes is a line from William Shakespeare played Macbeth, and it's one of many Shakespeare quotations that have become a part of present day culture. And Disney film based off that novel. Yeah. Very cool. I did not know that was Shakespeare that penned that originally. That's very cool. The Great Escape is an American epic war film starring Steve McQueen. Very interesting. Evoke the world, spark the brain, and ape in awe before a door, connected to 2001 Space Odyssey. Never seen that. Very interesting. To Labyrinth, I assume that's the Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth, yeah. The Spanish Mexican dark fantasy drama horror. I have seen that one. That one's actually fascinating. Very fascinating. Very cool. I didn't know if it was going to be David Bowie or Pan's Labyrinth. I had guessed it was going to be one of those two. Which would also make more sense with Pan. Hey, that makes sense. Keystone Earth. Don't know what that is. It's one of the infinite number of parallel universes making up the multiverse. Okay. Fallen Stars. There's an annotation here that says nothing. Literally says nothing. To There and Back. There and Back Again, The Hobbit's Tale. Yeah. Tolkien, yeah. Okay. We're the writers of Another Way to Be. We're the writers of Whatever We Cry Home. The pre-chorus emphasized the fact that life is a story. One that we control and write ourselves. Very cool. Just a few more here. Tales of Dust. It's possible that's the Book of Dust trilogy fantasy novel by Philip Pullman. Okay. Man in the Moon. Herbert Wells named the first Men in the Moon. Okay. The Sea Lady. Fantasy novel by British writer Wells, including some of the aspects of a fable. Okay. Snow Glass Apples is a short story written by Neil Gaiman. Okay. Interesting. It is stories that built cathedrals. The line includes the Bible in its chronicle of influential stories. Fair. I don't know if religious people would appreciate being called stories. Possibly related to Into the Woods. That's what I thought with Into the Woods. That's kind of why I went with it. Tir Na Nog. Otherworld and Celtic. For more information, it's referred to this page, which is okay, I don't need to know that. A pale blue theater stage. Pale blue dot is our Earth amongst the cosmic emptiness. Pale blue dot is a photograph of planet Earth taken on February 14th, 1990 by the Voyage 1 space probe. About 6 billion kilometers. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of little gems hidden throughout the lyrics. Per usual. Tomas. He's amazing. What can you do? All right, let's get back through this. Let's not waste any more time than we have, because I'm sure this will take a while, as it usually does with Nightwish. So first things we have here, the piano. I think the piano kicked this bad boy off. Very fast rolling rhythm playing out here, very whimsical with some nice chords, strong chords and chord changes in there. And then we had that, and I don't know what I meant by that. I know the first part, the standard kind of Nightwish metal, symphonic metal sound, which I'll describe that more when we get there. But then I said plus different, so I think it maybe changed to something different after that. I don't know. And then the vocals come in, and then they gets into that dissonant, odd, harmonic, chromatic sounds. It's very interesting. So that's all we're going to want to check out here within the first minute. So let's see what happens. Starting out with that rolling piano theme. It's just this, just kind of, first off, it's a very fast rhythm in general, but also kind of has this rolling feel to it. You know, kind of has this rolling roll feel to it. I like that. And then the chord changes. Hold on. I love that. Just da, ta, 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 ta. That little pause in the ta, ta, into back into the ta, ta, ta. I like that. Very quiet chords in there. I think it just switches back between two different chords, and then it switches to a third and fourth chord. I think before it goes back to the 1 and 2. That's very cool. Very cool. I like this opening theme here. Yeah. So I say about that Nightwish symphonic metal sound, like it might be slightly different notes, maybe a little bit different rhythms or something, but like when you hear that sound, to me, I hear Nightwish because I've heard that very ta 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 ta. That's the first thing that comes to my mind, which is a little bit different than what just happened there. But again, like this orchestra mixed with metal sound, like I've heard in many Nightwish songs, and it sounds roughly identical. I don't know if it ever is identical or if it just slightly changes up here, but it's like I've heard that before in many of their songs, like almost verbatim. So then I heard that, I was just like, yeah, there's that classic Nightwish symphony sound, like that. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, because as never before, it's like, okay, I've heard this before. Yeah. Let's get through this part that we've heard a million times. Like, every time I hear it sounds good. Like, that's why they keep doing it. It hasn't got boring yet. It's just like, yep, oh, there's that classic Nightwish symphony sound in there. Some nice metal chording in there. I like that. Right there, yeah. This is the part where I said difference, where it shakes up a little bit. First off, those syncopated. At least I want to say syncopated. I think syncopated. I mean, those are pretty clear offbeat hits in there. Yeah, no, that's syncopation. There's nice syncopated offbeat chords that are coming in there, nice and strong, and then we have this pretty beautiful melody line that the orchestra switches up to. All these very pretty sounding strings. That's really cool. I swear that was off the beat. Hold on. I actually don't think those are off the beat. Now that I pay attention to it a little more, there, I think it's just. I don't know what the time signature is. It could be something a little bit more advanced. It sounds like it's just 4/4, and it sounds like it's just swinging heavy on those hits on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is what it sounds like without being able to see the sheet music. That's what it sounds like to me. So maybe it's just like strong hits on 2 and 4. When you're used to hearing the drums on 2 and 4 on most rock songs, you'll hear the drum hits on 2 and 4, and everything else is usually like every beat, or like probably I imagine guitars might be 1 and 3. So pushing those to 2 and 4 creates definitely this noticeable, like, that sounds different. If it's off the beat, there would have to be some different time signature that I'm thinking of. But either way, that 2 and 4 hit there, dun dun, very noticeable. I like that. I like the way it sounds. I like the way it feels rhythmically. And just a little beautiful melodic stuff like that. Dun 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 dun. Just very gorgeous writing here. Yeah, and the vocals just happen. Like, it feels like it's setting stuff up, and it feels, to me, it sounds like there's still a little bit more to go before we get to that point where it's just like, okay, the instruments have had their say, and like we set up the vocals, and it sounds like it's just abrupt ending. The vocals just come in. Hold on, let me get that again. Yeah. I was expecting like dun 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 dun, like it's gonna continue to build off of that theme, like at least one or two more vamps through before we kind of push into the vocals, but it just kind of abruptly just stops. So it feels like halfway through, and then the vocals just happen. Very cool. Let's pay attention to what these vocals do. Okay, this one's on the offbeat. If I'm wrong about this, I'm gonna be upset with my ears. So she's doing every single beat. Every single beat she has a note, and she's emphasizing the offbeats. A little bit pop on the offbeats there. That's interesting. Let me hear that again. Make sure I'm not imagining things. Instantly, the second when she gets the word then, something happens musically. Like a chord comes out from like the keyboard that's like dissonant in that key signature, or is just like some kind of tense. Maybe it switches to like some minor chords or something. I shouldn't even know if this. It switches to a different type of scale. Here's the keys in major, and it switches to minor chord there or something. I don't know. Something happens in that chord that's all of a sudden like something's not right. Like something that pricks up the ears, just like, ooh, creepy sound. We just went somewhere, and then the vocals kind of like meld into it and start following it. And there's parts where they kind of come back into like, you know, not dissonant clean, and then back into dissonant. Like it's like shifting back and forth throughout here. Some fascinating is happening with not only the vocal line there, but the instruments there, and I don't know what it is. And also her note there, something about that no, it just is also just not in the key, and it sounds fascinating. Yeah, it's gotta be some dissonance, just something that's just not tonal in the key, because like it almost like it like rubs the ears immediately. It's just like something is like rubbing and wrong about it, which is so fucking cool. Yeah, again, it goes in and out of consonants and dissonance in there. Like, it just like works its way into just like, oh, that note's weird, and then it's like, oh, okay, we're back to normal. That they're still on this creepy, haunting atmosphere with the instrumental track going here, but like, okay, we're back into we're back into it. You know, it's just like there's notes here and there, and both I think from the instrument and for the piano and the vocals that just like dip in and out of dissonance. It's just like, ugh. There's something just not right about that passage, and it's so fucking cool. Whew, okay, we're back. We're back into what our ears expect here. It's so fascinating. Right here around 58 seconds. Says I'm about to drop. Is that what I said there? Is that what? Or maybe different. Maybe diff. I think it switches up here, which my ears just picked up. I was like, okay, we're back. Or it's some kind of drop. I'm not sure, but we haven't even got to the chromatic or dissonant slide in here yet, so this should be fascinating. Let's see what that means. So we have this. I mean, I think it's still just a string section. I don't know if I hear any other kind of instruments, either brass or woodwind or anything coming in here, but it sounded like a cello, maybe a string bass, something that had a doom, just kind of this beautiful, warm, lower notes in there, mixed with some higher strings. It just kind of felt like we went somewhere more beautiful and orchestral after that very dissonant passage there, which is, it kind of feels like we lifted somewhere. It's a very interesting effect there. Okay, let's go back here again. I won't interrupt, hopefully, until we get to the part I was talking about there. Yeah, it was drop. I love that. That little beat drop there. That's cool. I like that. Yeah, I like that. It's playful. Oh, what the fuck? Just. Yeah, no, I definitely hear some chromaticism in there, and then Floor kind of opens up to this kind of warmer, round, very well supported, kind of almost chocolatey notes in there, which is gorgeous in general. But yeah, I definitely feel like I heard some chromaticism in there, like we did like a short little chromatic scale. Whew, okay. Yeah, it's definitely a little chromatic passage for sure. Ooh, that's fascinating. That has a very beautiful, warm, supported note there. Good little vibrato at the end of it as well. Add some clean vocals right there. It's just that the passage in general just moves very beautifully. First you have that little chromatic run, which is like, ooh, but then it kind of dips down, like rises a little bit back up, and then just kind of settles down this low and beautiful note. Like that's just a passage just moves and is very beautifully written there. It has some very gorgeousness to it, if that's a word. 130. So we're here. Here we start throwing in some more voices. We start getting. I could clearly hear Marco's voice in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some more people in there as well. From what I'm not sure, maybe just a choir or some more of the Mike Troy. Maybe talking about someone jumps in there. I'm not sure. I feel like I heard more than two voices in there, but I feel like I definitely picked out Floor and Marco's voice. But yeah, like kind of a very interesting mix of chorus vocals come in here, and then we get some nice metal sound into a very cool metal riff. So I want to hear that. I like the first off the vocal line is just very beautiful, and this chorus in general very catchy, has good sound to it. But I like the lifting nature. I think if my ears served me right there in those few seconds, I'm pretty sure everyone has every end of every line has a lifting note in there. Hold on, I feel like it goes up every time. Yeah. Yep. And you know, with the lyrics and in there in general, I'm sure this where here it is. Uh you know, a moment alone, imagine home, touch the stars, only a way there to enter. Like, I could imagine that might be intentional, just kind of lifting upwards kind of feel to some of those lyrics might make sense, especially to touch the stars, you know. But like heading upwards to home or something like that could also be imagined, you know, just kind of feels like the lyrics fit, or at least I'm making them fit for my own narrative. I don't know. But I like how every single end of every single vocal line has a note that lifts up, that goes up in pitch, until the very last one, to enter, finally drops down a pitch. Every single one goes up and then finally goes down. On top of it just being very catchy and very beautiful vocal lines in general. Like, it's just, that's a really cool thing right there. I like that. All right. Oh, and I also love more movement and sound coming from the drums and stuff like that. Also helps kind of shake up where we've been this last minute and a half in the song. Also, helping support the vocals here. I just noticed this. I was too busy listening to the beautiful notes. It sounds like you have the string section, at least the violins, probably violas, are echoing the da 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 da, like emphasizing each note that the vocals have there, certain sections. So it's kind of giving it this like echoing backup to the vocal line there, which is cool. So cool. I love this metal sound right after that awesome, beautiful orchestral, like passionate chorus. After that's done, metal. Fucking, I love that. I love that sound. I just love the grittiness to the sound in general. It's just, yeah, some good metal. That's a good little metal interjection there. I also love the accents on those notes. It's good accent writing in there. Whew. First off, that little again, I probably wouldn't be able to call what's happening there, but you hear that little hiccup in the rhythm there when the drums hit again, like immediately after. It just causes that weird, like little, like almost like a little stutter in the perfect, like in the rhythm there. That was cool. Yeah, it's like the drum hit too early. It's like a mess up, but that was intentionally written. It's Tomas, I know it would be. So instead of hitting what I would imagine would be a 2 and 4, as we talked about earlier, I assume it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, oh, what? Like what? Oh no, that's on the end of 1, isn't it? So you expect a 2, 4. Yeah, it kind of jumps the gun there a second. Hold on. Let me back up, see if I can get this going. It's in the end of 2. No, that's not the right one though. But yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, that happens on the and right before either 2 or 4, where it's supposed to hit. So it creates this little stutter, like almost what would sound like an accident, like oh, I wasn't supposed to hit there. It creates this little like stutter breakup in the rhythm, and then it continues. Like that keeps you on your toes right there. That's fucking cool. I like that. Okay, oh yeah, it doesn't yet. That's cool. Not only is that awesome driving, just metal rhythm in general, but the drum play in there is mind-boggling. Very fucking cool. And then just we break it back down to the beautiful piano work. Just kind of bring it back away from the metal and whatnot. Right as we're talking about imagining music, dance, illusion, just imagine all these beautiful, wonderful works and just the beauty of human creativity and imagination. It just brings back to this beautiful chimey piano. Like that's a great work theming there. I love that. 2 minutes vocal rhythm. I think this is the. I put a question mark here because I think it's the same as the first verse, even with the dissonance and all that stuff. I just wanted to check to make sure it wasn't different or whatnot, and I think it's the same. But we'll focus in on that. So far. Yeah, same thing. But it's so good, I'm glad they brought it back for the next verse as well. Sounds so wrong, but it's so right. Speaking of the beginning rhythm there, that kind of rolling rhythm, also in this chorus here, it has this almost like machine-like rolling rhythm to it. It's a great foundation for this chorus in general. I like that dun 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 from the drums there. That's nice. Yeah, right here on 240 it says changing the vocals and whatnot, and the instruments in general. Like, yeah, feels like this might be a breakdown section. Not 100% positive. Feels like it might be like a breakdown section, like we're moving to a different section of the song here. But yeah, it feels like it gets maybe a little bit more frantic, a little bit more dramatic. Well, let's see what evolves from there. Definitely more pushing, almost borderline belting coming from Floor. She's definitely pushing the emotion and the volume of this vocal line here, giving it more almost like sense of urgency to it, which is very interesting. I like that the instruments are backing up this vocal line with their own instrumental line that's similar and or the same, maybe transposed, maybe identical. And just that, I know I'm pausing this section a lot. It's a very interesting transition here, so I don't want to catch everything here. The da na na na. That's a very interesting line in general. Something about it, I'm not quite sure what it's doing, but it sounds I don't know if I want to say minor or dissonant or something. It definitely, there's definitely something about it that in the key has this different sound to it. I can't tell. Like my gut, my heart of heart, my ears of ears is telling me that there's maybe some tritones in that or something. Like something about it is just rubbing like this mysterious kind of almost biting sound to it. Like something in there is just like not right in the key. But I'm not 100% positive. But if I had to guess, I want to say tritones, but I'm not 100% positive on that one. I love that little line there from the guitar. And that, like, it sounds like a very high, sharp string sound that hit at the same time as the guitar ended its run. That's interesting. Hold on. Yeah, that's cool. Nice little push from a choir there as well. And I'm pretty sure I haven't looked yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to talk about this new metal riff here, right? Let's see, we're at 3 minutes in. Metal riff. Hey, what do you know? It's like I know myself so well. Interesting. Metal riff into the riff that goes into the vocal chorus. And then some words on that attached to that. I'm not sure. Something interesting happens here. So first off, let's take a look at what's going on here, guitar wise. Yeah, it's following the same vamping pattern of and then at the end of that, it has some kind of embellishment. Either this nice little run that it has, or some kind of, it moves somewhere else and then comes back to very, very standard classic rock and metal writing there, but it's done very beautifully here. I love the contrast between going to a more flowy run and to the more just accent hits. I like that transition, not the transition, but the contrast between those two sounds really good and just has this great chunky metal feel to it. Good sounds here. And it doesn't repeat it for the second time. It just does the run instead of going back to the other one, but also there's a nice little drum fill in there to shake it up, and then it moves somewhere else. That's really cool. It's different. It goes in a different direction than you expect it to. I expect it to just kind of at least repeat it that whole four bar phrase, I'm gonna say. Well, it's 2 4 bars for 8 bar phrase. You expect that to repeat, and it doesn't, and that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I think I wrote that wrong. So yes. So yeah, definitely the riff into there, as we mentioned, the nice little run switch up there into this chorus of vocals. I think I wrote the wrong word. I mean, they definitely have this interesting sound, but it's definitely pushing some more of those syncopated pops in there. But I want to, hold on, there's more here than meets the eye. that sound there, that the way the guitar sounds, and just how it kind of lightens up after this kind of dark, heavier metal section, just kind of da 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 da, kind of sounds like that grandiose moment in Greatest Show on Earth, actually. Da 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 at the very end, before they do what's his name? The name's not gonna come to me. But yeah, before they do the very last line of text before it gets to the animal sounds, the whales and everything. Yeah, it kind of has that, kind of has this grandiose, beautiful nature about it. And then we get back into this dark, creepy atmosphere with this vocal chorus coming in here. Right. That was not. Yeah, that's why I put there. Disney. Disney. Something about that. It's just something about that playfulness, that very like almost fairy like wispiness, kind of makes me have a kind of like, it gives me like a mix between like Peter Pan and like maybe something I'd expect to hear from like Shakespeare, A Midsummer's Night Dream, or however you pronounce that. Very interesting name title. Like, just something very whimsical, foresty, elf, very playful, fey trickster like sound to it, which is really cool. But also like the ta 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 ta, and I'm pretty sure, I'm gonna double check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that those hits are hitting on the offbeat. But you know, then again, I don't know what the time signature is in here, so I could be wrong. But let me pay attention again. No, it's not on the offbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4 is happening on the pop up, the fourth. So it's a pickup into the next one that just kind of happens abruptly. Da 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 da. So yeah, nice accent there, especially on the fourth. I think a lot of this is in 4/4, unless it's in some comparable but like more complicated time signature than 4/4. But like, you know, like some, I don't remember what would be like. Isn't like 8/12 or something like that? I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, it could be. But at least there's 4 beats. I can easily detect 4 beats here, and it's happening on the fourth one before it pushes back down. So that's very interesting. And then again, you have that very whimsical, playful, which is a nice little vocal run there. I like that. That's really beautiful. That also kind of has something wicked this way comes kind of feel to it right there. That writing, the notes there, the way that it kind of just belts out a little bit. And it says "Ready the Night" by a playwright. Yeah, I think that's a little nod to one of the references they had before, which is when they say something wicked this way came, and then I think they put that in there vocally, like note wise. That's clever. I like that. Do I got anything else around here? Let's see here. So we have around 4:15. It seems like most of this, there might be a chorus coming back, but I think that's everything for new lyrics and stuff like that. But 4:15 here, we got something about the piano. Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean piano sound, yeah. And then 30 seconds after that, we have this very interesting driving outro rhythm and riff. So that's what I got, but let's see if we find anything else on the way out. So we got that riff coming back in here, but there was that interesting sound that happened there. That was fascinating. That is cool. Instead of the happening from the guitar, the violins do it. That's fucking cool. And the drums that go the da da da. That's fucking cool. I like that. Some nice vocal lines here. Ah, they're repeating the okay. So not the chorus, repeating this part right now. Damn, they're repeating again. God damn. So another thing on there that also helps, besides just the kind of accent on that note and it being on the fourth beat, pick up back into the downbeat of the next measure. But also the fact that they're going from lower notes and jumping up on that note also helps really punch that accent when that da 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 da. You know, that also really helps when you have a higher interval jump there to kind of help punch the note out and make it stand out and be much more different and noticeable. So there's that helps as well, and it's also a really cool effect and sound. Ooh, that low Latin bass or brass there. I like that. Adding a little bit, you know, since we're repeating this part for the third time, it's nice to keep adding little things in here to change it up and whatnot. I like this. I love that crescendoing, just low rumbly brass. This is cool. It's quiet. It's kind of underneath some stuff, but like if you're paying attention, you can hear it. It just adds this nice low sound to everything. Da 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 da. This is probably like at least once or twice every single album. I swear I hear something that's like Pirates of the Caribbean influenced in Tomas's writing. And again, I mean, first off, I don't remember his name, but whoever did the music, whoever composed the music for Pirates of the Caribbean, wrote some really amazing shit. So like, it would be awesome and make sense if Tomas was inspired by it. And it was either Tomas or Oliver from Camelot, I believe, did a little bit of, I remember it was like doing a solo or something and did a little cheeky Pirates of the Caribbean intro there, but I think that might have been Oliver. But anyways, but like, I want to be surprised. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, definitely. First off, I love the rhythm, I love the notes, but it definitely gives me this Pirates of the Caribbean vibe, which I like. I really like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I love the music for Pirates of the Caribbean. So like, I ain't against that. You can put that in there as many times as you want. I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, every time. So, anyways, we're gonna go back a little bit, just because listen to this transition, the contrast between this kind of dark doomsday, well, near doomsday, just kind of the intensity and seem almost like the urgency in their voice of everything that's coming out, and kind of the dark and whimsical, playful nature of it, and then just melting into this kind of more beautiful, just piano stuff. It's a really nice transition here. Also a very beautiful, small, soft piano line over the chords, the keyboard chords. That's a really nice touch. Very good. Nice heavy down beats here. And back into the chorus. That's that. Yeah. Yeah, back into the chorus here. I like this. Woo! Didn't catch that. It's because I didn't really catch this the first time through, anyways. To enter always ends down. It's the only line that ends down. But the last time through, it ends upwards, just like the rest of everything that's happening there. But they even go a step further with it and go dun dun, just like really jump up to a higher note there. I'm watching you. I see what you're doing here, Nightwish. I catch you. I love that. Just everything cuts off. And then his metal just comes kicking back in. That's intense. I like that. I want to get that transition again because that was awesome. Yeah, let's go. So not only do I like these accented not only do I like that rhythm, I like the accents in there. I like the notes and everything. But then you have those little again that very creepy haunting vocal lines that pop in there twice. Like yeah, little chorus of vocals that just jump in there. That very haunting theme and sound to it. That's a nice touch in there. I like that. Yeah, the very get some strings in there and everything. Just that driving outro rhythm we got here is so epic. And it did that thing again. The drums did that thing again where it hit early on the snare. And it just feels like it hiccups. The rhythm just hiccups and jolts there for a second. Goddamn. It's almost like you trip when you're walking. It's just like a quick trip up there. I love that. Sorry, I want to try this stuff. And then it repeats after that awesome dun 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 when you think it's gonna end. Again, the second time it sounds like it could have just ended. It keeps going. That metal riff comes back in again. But this time, just like they done before, the accents and the little hits in there that the guitar was doing is either being solely done or it's primarily done. You know, the guitar's still doing it, but you mostly just hear the strings doing it. This is creative. This is a really creative outro. I like this. I like this riff. I like the switch up. I like everything out here in here. Yeah, I thought, has it always been doing that, or is it just the strings that are doing that? Did I not? Hold on. Now I gotta check. Thanks. I couldn't tell because of the distortion on the guitars. It just sounded like maybe more accented. But now when the strings do it, I could hear how funky that rhythm is. Do y'all hear that? Hold on. Dun 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 dun. That is a funky ass rhythm there. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if it's a different time signature or if it's just a very liberal use of dotted quarter, eighth, whatever notes that just push that rhythm around and whatnot. I'm not sure without being able to see it, but something funky going on with that rhythm, and I'm here for it. Love it. love that. That's awesome. And not only do you have that da 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 kind of ending, but it's like screamed out by the vocals. That's a nice. That's a nice end right there. Oh, does it get dark for you? There we go. So now I'll break my face. Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Another Nightwish song, another awesome writing, another really cool song, or song, sounds, theme, just everything about it. Just that's just standard Nightwish right there. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Next on the album, before we get to next, what we have coming here, we have "How's the Heart?" Question mark. How's your heart doing? Not sure what the song is about. I have not looked it up, but I'm sure we'll know when we get back to it. I imagine we'll come back to Nightwish sooner than later. I imagine I'll put that in the albums that I'm wrapping up, but we're just gonna wrap up the human part of it, and then we'll return to nature when it comes back into the free rotation. But we'll definitely finish up the next 4 songs of the human side of the album when we come back to that. So it should be back sooner than later, but it just depends on how long it takes us to get through the next stuff. Which brings us to the next stuff. So before we have a little bit of fun, and you know what? If you're here, I'll give you a treat if you're here and you're listening. I'll break in a little bit of this Kit Kat bar. So originally what the plan was. Okay, you follow me here? If you're not, it's going to be a long time for you. What the plan was, I was going to do a few, search up some new artists or a little bit of stuff that I haven't heard before. I was going to do 2 Arch Enemy songs, one with their original singer, something Gosso. Starts with an A. I want to say Amanda, but I don't know if that's right. Anyways, their original singer, and then when Elisa took over, I was going to do one of each of those, and then I was going to check out a Rivers of Nile song. I imagine the weird one about the owls in the forest and shit. That looks trippy as fuck, because that should be a very interesting time. And then I was going to do the Ren song, because I don't know anything about Ren. All I know is... I think he I don't know if he's been around for a while or what he's been doing, but all of a sudden he dropped this song called Hi Ren. That's the first thing I saw where everybody and their mama was reacting to. People were just like, holy shit, I finally checked the hype of this song, and it was fucking amazing and stuff. So it seems like it dropped, and he's been doing a lot of seems like really deep and emotional and or mental health songs, and this dude seems like he just blew up out of fucking nowhere, and so I wanted to at least check out the song that everyone was originally checking out. But then also there was another one that people were just like, dude, there's a reason why the song is just popping off the way it is or something, which is the I don't know the artist's name, but it was some about I don't even know the title. I don't even know how to find it. It was another one like that that popped off. It seemed like Southern to me. I don't know. Some Southern dude, big old beer, guitar or something. Some Richmond, west of Richmond or something like that. I don't know. It's like that song. That seemed to be popping off. Everyone's just like, holy shit. It's just it just seemed like a silly Southern song to me. But it seems that it's this will change your life kind of song. So I wanted to check that out as well. Originally I was going to do that. And then I was going to go back through and finish off some of the albums here for my free rotation that we're getting really close to finishing off, Within Temptation, Evanescence, I don't know, whatever the other ones would be there, Powerwolf, ICP and stuff like that. And then I found out that In This Moment was dropping a new album, and I always said, as soon as In This Moment drops a new album, I'm dropping everything to get on that album. Well, I was okay skipping over when at first she just made, I believe it was Horror 1983. I think Horror is the first one she dropped and whatnot. And then I found out that there was 5 1983 versions, and she was releasing single lyric videos and official music videos for the new album and whatnot. So I was just like, okay, well, I gotta get on that, and I was gonna finish the In This Moment's album first. I was gonna finish The Dream, their second album, and then get to that stuff. But this two-piece kind of took longer than expected, mostly because I went through some life changes of all of a sudden working like 60 hours a week and trying to figure out how to juggle that. So sometimes there's been some gaps and stuff. So it wasn't coming as fast as it should be. So those other things will come in that exact order that I was mentioning. We will finish those, and then the In This Moment album, probably, I imagine. But that's all going to be pushed. And we are going to do all the 83 and all the stuff leading up to the album. If the album drops right on the 27th, then we'll be checking out, finishing doing that new In This Moment album, and then moving on to that other stuff in that order that was originally planned. So some of that stuff's going to get pushed. I know there's been one of you who's been wanting some Arch Enemy, and I'm working on it. Just the new In This Moment albums kind of take a precedence of everything else, because they're kind of tied up there for my favorite band. It's kind of pretty tied between Camelot and In This Moment. Like, they're like right next to each other, and of course Lindsey Sterling's like right under them. You know what I mean? Like, it's all very close together. This is almost a three-way tie. It's hard to tell who has an edge, but I will say In This Moment is the only one that is on my body, and I want like two more. Like some more, like I'm planning to get a tattoo here and here that's In This Moment based, and one on my shoulder that's In This Moment based. So of course that'll be probably a good year or two before that ever happens, but one of them I want to get soon, but the other one will probably be like a year or so before that happens, and hopefully the artist I want to go to is still there, who's like a state away I'd have to drive to, but you know what, it's fine. I don't know. So In This Moment kind of takes precedent over the other stuff, so we're getting there. Just so next video you should see is the 1983 stuff from In This Moment, and then continue forwards from there. So stuff's coming up soon, I promise. I'm working on it. I've been doing what I was saying I was going to do. So far, we've had 4 videos recorded in 2 days. Like, I'm back on it, dog. I'm back on it. So there should be also maybe 1 or 2 more recorded today. So, I'm getting there. You just got to be patient. So thank you for joining me. Nightwish, as always, thank you for the music. I'll be excited to come back and finish out this album and get to some of the instrumental stuff. So that should be really cool. But first, In This Moment. So finally done with the 2-piece. Now we can continue doing what we were going to do. So it's been a long, almost 4 albums worth run through here. Got a lot of Jonathan Young done. I'm also really excited to get done with Jonathan Young so I can continue to do other albums and then skimp on some Jonathan Young stuff in the future. As I mentioned before, in Jonathan Young stuff, if you're interested in that, you can go check in there. But yeah. Thank you for joining me. Nightwish, thank you so much for the music. It is always appreciated, and I will see you all next time.